Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about the Symbiote of Vengeance uniform for Red Hulk, and we're going to talk about Odin's new uniform. So let's dive right on into this. So first of all, the thing that I noticed is that the Symbiote of Vengeance is a combat type. That's pretty surprising that he's a combat. He's also a superhero. Odin is also still a hero, of course. So let's take a look at him. So the Symbiote of Vengeance here has 14,500 physical attack. He's got 127 attack speed, 32 crit rate. He actually gets a crit rate buff from his fifth skill, I believe. He has 132 critical damage, very low critical damage. That's terrible. And he has max door defense. That's going to hurt his damage big time. He has max skill cooldown, and he does have the gamma radiation tag, which is really nice. His gears, no Urus, all level 20. And as far as the skills, he's got the decreased damage received by 30%. He has the burn, he's got some burn, and then he's got this minus 6% decrease of fire resistance that stacks at 100% and applies to World Boss, which is wonderful for him because he does deal flame damage. You got the fourth skill that has more fire resistance down that goes all the way up to 100%, and this is his actual striker skill. So he could be a relevant striker, but he only strikes when you're being attacked. But in this day and age, in Marvel Future Fight against World Boss, that might not be a bad thing because usually mind control doesn't work worth a crap anymore. So that actually probably would be a decent thing. But only it's going to work with fire damage characters, obviously, because it's fire resistance down. Kind of a shame it isn't all defense down, but it is what it is. Starts up at 9%. It's still really powerful for him. And the fifth skill gives him an all attack buff by 30%, crit rate buff by 30%. And which means you can cap out his crit rate pretty easy. You only need 45% crit rate to max out his crit rate. And then he has paralysis that works in World Boss and lasts for 2 seconds. This is absolutely wonderful in World Boss because, again, the mind control just doesn't work very good at all anymore with all the striker changes. And it's nice to see that he does have a form of crowd control to lock down the World Bosses so he can deal some damage to them. His passive is insane. Activation rate when HP is below 99%. Applies itself, gives him a 5% recovery of max HP. This is a terrific heal, but with my current build, he can still get one-shotted really freaking easy. Then his leadership, increased fire damage by 70%. So they increased his fire damage. Let's preview the skills. So you look at the fifth skill here. I mean, that is a cool skill, but it takes up a hell of a lot of the screen. You don't really see what's going on, and that's something that kind of sucks. Something I do like is when he walks, he leaves a nice lava footprint of every footprint he takes. That's pretty cool. I like that, actually. The fourth skill has that fire resistance down. He gets it when he does the roar, which is pretty cool. And then the second skill, pretty awesome. Slinging around something there. And then the one skill, nothing major there. And then the third skill. And this is his damage accumulation. Or not his damage accumulation, but his fire resistance down. And his immunity is what it is. My bad. Not damage accumulation, but... So, the rotation is easy as hell with him. All you have to do is hit that... Well, my bad. I kind of started off wrong here. All you have to do is hit the fifth skill first. Land the damage proc on the fifth skill, let it play completely out. Once it finishes, then go back into the 3, or go into the 3, let the 3 play out, and then you're going to go back into the 5. And it's as simple as that. You can throw in that 4th skill every now and again if you want, but it really depends on where the proc is. You'll find that sometimes that 4 will trigger the proc, so it's really best to stay between the 3 and the 5. I mean, he's the 2-skill wonder. It's really all you need with this guy. You might see me throw in the 4 a little bit in the gameplay, but really 3-5 is all you need. He has a stage 5 Power Ranger Hawk set, so he's far from an optimal build. He just has a fire damage with increased damage by 130% damage proc. Nothing special at all. Immunity to stun. I could easily bump him up way more, but I just want to see what he can do with the bare minimum. And then he has a normal ranked uniform, and his uniform set bonus gives him the super armor, which is really nice because he does have immunity on that 3rd skill. This means he won't get guard broken unless it's some kind of penetration attack like the purple attacks in World Boss, which is really nice. Really nice that he's got immunity. Really nice that he has a heal. But do we need him? Well, I don't know. I mean, we can't use him in ABX because he has a fire damage leadership, and Namor is a villain in his Phoenix Force uniform. So we're not going to use him on that day. I really doubt it. He's not going to replace Namor in ABX. So in World Boss, he's good, he's strong, but in all honesty, I think he's just going to wind up being a good leadership, or maybe a very good Shadowland character for most people, to be perfectly honest. As a striker, he might be useful for fire damage dealing characters, but he is a strong character on his own. I just think that people are going to be playing other characters more often than him in World Boss. I mean, yeah, he's going to be great in Shadowland. But then we got Odin. And now Odin's uniform looks awesome. Both these uniforms look absolutely amazing. Now, what has Odin's done for him? Well, let's take a look at the build. He has 19,500 energy attack. He has 126 attack speed, 29 crit rate, max critical damage, 47% ignore defense. And if this was at max 50% ignore defense, he would do a little bit more damage. And he has max skill cooldown. And he's got energy projection. Okay, no big deal there. He has no Urus. All of his gears are at 20. And if you take a look at this guy, I mean, he's got the increased skill damage by 60%. That's nice. Actually, you know what? I want to look at something real quick. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, big deal. Whoop. Okay, they didn't change anything. His one skill deals bleed, which is useless in this game. He does have an all defense down and stacks up to 40%. Works on World Balls. Lasts for 10 seconds. This is good. It's really nice. It's got a guard hit, but we don't really care about guard hits. Those are only useful in Shadowland for the most part. His third skill, he does have a damage immunity, and he has damage accumulation based on how much damage you deal. This is a wonderful skill. However, it can be guard broken, but you'll find in the rotation you're pretty much just going to cancel it for the most part. If you want to. The fourth skill, this is a pretty interesting skill. It deals bleed, which is useless, but it has silence. Now, Odin is a universal character. Captain Marvel can already cap out ABX, and so can Silver Surfer, who's actually a lot easier than Captain Marvel on just, Universal Superhero Day. So Odin having this silence is nice. It might be easier for him to do it when he's at tier 3, but I mean, honestly, we already have Silver Surfer and Captain Marvel. So I really think this is going to be more, he's going to be more for a PvP character, but we'll see. I don't know. When you look at how he plays, he might be better in PvE. All these things just need to be tested, especially when he's at tier 3. He has ignore target dodge rate by 100%. This is really cool against characters like Quicksilver, against Corvus Glaive, especially in World Boss. Could be very useful in PvP. 5 seconds of ignore dodge could be very useful. His fifth skill has an all defense down. It stacks up at 65%, lasts for 10 seconds. This is a very nice all defense down. I wish it started off higher than 6%. That'd be a lot better, but still. And he has invincibility, so they gave him invincibility. They gave him a nice long 4-second immunity. He has the all attack buff by 30%, crit rate buff by 30%. So he only needs 45% crit rate to max out his crit rate. It's a shame it only lasts for 6 seconds. This is on a 9-second cooldown, so you won't have it up all the time. And that's something that does kind of suck about Odin, is he has a 9-second cooldown. I really wish this would have been an 8-second or 7.5-second cooldown, because your damage proc triggers about every 7 seconds usually. So there's moments in the fight where you're kind of running around a little bit, and it just kind of sucks to keep the proc where it belongs. It's like, I'd like to use this 4th skill in the rotation, but if you do, you'll find that it will trigger the proc when you don't want the proc to be triggered. You want that proc to be triggered on the 5th skill. His passive, decrease all damage received by 30%. And his tier 3, honestly, when I look at this tier 3, it's kind of whatever. I mean, he's got that penetration, 80% chance to penetrate everything for 12 seconds. That's nice. He's got invincibility for 12 seconds. He doesn't have a debuff. However, he's got debuff in his leadership. So if you put him in the leadership, he'll have that debuff removal, or I guess if you have another debuff leadership, they'll still be debuffing. So I guess it really doesn't matter. But in World Boss, it does matter. We're not going to be using him in the leadership role in World Boss because there's a lot better supports than him to increase our damage. Supports like She-Hulk or Ronin, characters like that just offer more damage for universal types or more damage to the male types. And when you take him out of the leadership role, he's not going to have debuff. So that means that when you do your tier 3, like against Thanos, Thanos will be able to debuff it if you're not using Odin in the leadership role, which most of us won't be doing. So this really sucks for World Boss. However, for PvP, it's good, I guess. And then he has increased damage by 40% for one attack. That is kind of like mediocre to me. I think that's meh. That should be way better. That should be 100% for one attack minimum. I think it should be stronger. However, when he's at tier 3, maybe I'll sing a different tune. Maybe I'll say, nah, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Not bad. His leadership is same old, same old. And something to note is his third skill has a hidden heal, which is freaking fantastic. When I first looked at this kid, I was like, where in the hell is All Father's heal? All Fathers should have a heal. I was getting pretty upset, and then I took him in the preview skill here, or skill preview, and then I tested it. And when you hit that third skill, you can see there's a heal. There's a heal on him, which is sweet. That is sweet. So the rotation that I like to do is I like to hit that second skill, get that all defense down, then go in the fifth skill, try to get the damage proc on the fifth skill. It is such a cool looking skill. Look at all that residual damage. And then I just go right into the third skill. And then you'll get that heal. You'll get the damage accumulation. And you'll get the immunity, which is great. It's pretty much as easy as that. It's just 2-5-3, 2-5-3. You can throw in this 4 if you want. It does have some residual damage, but you'll find because of the 9-second cooldown on the 5th skill that you'll probably end up triggering a proc too early, and you're going to be losing damage because it's not hitting on that 5th skill. Now his 5 does have that awesome all defense down, so in all reality, it should be better if you just do the 3, get the damage accumulation, then hit the 5. However, you kind of want to rotate between the 5 and the 3 to increase his survivability, because with this current build, not at tier 3, when he's at tier 3, he's going to get some pretty good stats because he's a universal character. When he's at level 60 like this, or even level 70, he can just die so easy. It's kind of sucks, actually. But at tier 3, I imagine it's going to be a different story. And we'll look at the tier 3 here real quick. You got the horses. Oh, I got my SFX off here. It's kind of a cool skill. It kind of reminds me of me. It really reminds me of Beta Rays. We'll turn the SFX on so we can all watch what this looks like with the SFX on. I always run with the SFX off because actually all the cinematic crap looks cool, but it sucks when you're playing. So here we go. We'll just kind of run through all these skills real quick. Okay, we'll let all this finish, and then we'll watch this. I mean, his skills look absolutely beautiful. So we'll hit that tier 3. There's Valkyrie, there's Loki, there's Thor, and there's Odin on the horse. Boom, slamming down. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool skills. So let's turn that SFX off. I passed it up. There we go. Turn that off. So, I mean, Odin, he looks like he's going to be a strong character, maybe for PvE. How strong? I don't know. I don't know how strong he's going to be, but I can tell you right now, he's going to be a lot better with a Rage. Unfortunately, he's going to be a way better with a Rage because that damn cooldown is long. He has a Power Banger Hawk set, stage 6. And then we're rocking a double critical damage with 120% damage rock. So when you're watching the runs, just know that both these characters are not built very well. They're both way stronger than what they were. As far as whether the uniforms are worth it or not, yeah, they're definitely worth it if you just want to make these characters stronger. I just wonder how relevant they are. I mean, how often are you going to use them? That's my question. And as for a character like Odin, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to put all that BAM and gold in this character? I don't know. Increased chain hit damage by 20% when attacking. That's really nice. So let's just jump into some world boss action here. And we'll go against Proxima first. And we'll use the Symbiote of Vengeance here. We'll use his leadership. We'll put Abomination for that damage dealt to superheroes and the 20% chain hit damage. And we're going to use Shuri to decrease damage received by 35% and increase damage by 45%. And we'll just use these strikers. We got these damage to super villains or superheroes. And then we got Rachel in there just for a little extra mind control. My resist is really good, but I think the mind control only works for the first couple minutes, and then after that it doesn't work. So we'll see. It only works for like a second at a time. But you'll see how easy this guy is to play. And this is something that's nice, you know. Ease of play goes a long way for me whenever I'm playing a character. It really does. But because I'm on time restraints, I want characters that can get through this pretty quick. Okay. Now we're going to hit that third skill. He's going to run towards her. We're going back into that 5. Here we go. And this is all it is. Simple, simple, simple. Now that proc came really late. So we're going to hit that third skill. We're going to hit the 4th skill. And when he does that roar, then we're going to hit the 5th skill. And that's really when you can do some pretty cool damage. Now I'm just going to hit the 5th skill. There we go. Try to keep the proc where it belongs. I'm going to try to hit that 4th skill. There we go. Got it. And that was perfect. That was perfect. Look at the damage. Go back into the 3rd skill here. Go back into the 5th skill. Once that proc is at the very beginning of that 5th skill, you just want to rotate between the 3 and the 5. When the proc gets off, then you want to try to incorporate that 4 if you can. I mean, it's easy. It's easy with him. It is so easy. Now, something that does suck about him is his movement speed doesn't feel too great. It's not really the fastest. Another thing that's kind of really sucks about the guy is you can't see what the hell's going on. There we go. I had to get out of there. I mean, I got lucky there. I actually spotted the purple, but you just can't see it. And it sucks. That is one bad thing about this guy is his animations are so intense. They're so massive. I mean, they look beautiful, but you can't see what the hell is going on. I have no idea when Proxima's doing anything. And yeah, he's easy to play, and that's nice. I love it. But if I can't see what the hell she's doing, that really dissuades me from wanting to play with him, to be perfectly honest. Come on, here we go. We're going to go ahead and pause it. But you can see, you know, we're down to almost the 8th bar. We got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. He can definitely clear this with the crappy build that I have on him. Level 60, no Urus, low damage proc. It's pretty insane. Like, it is crazy. I mean, 130 critical damage. And he's doing this. Yeah, he's got 2 supports, but still, stage 50 like this, it's pretty awesome. It really is. I mean, he's got power. He's a strong character. But I can tell you, at least on my account, and maybe a lot of other veterans' account, we will probably just use him as a support. And that's just the truth of it. You know, in this day and age of Marvel Future Fight, you need characters that are just mega strong. If they're not mega strong, you know, we just kind of stick to their old characters because they're, you know, a lot of the tier 3s and the awakened characters especially are just stronger. And it doesn't mean that they're weak. They're not weak by any means. So let's do stage 50 and we'll use Odin. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, you put Odin in leadership. I mean, come on, man. You don't want to use him in the leadership here. You want something like this. Increase damage to the metal types by 65%. Really bump up his frickin' damage. And then we're going to use Shuri to decrease the damage received by 35% and increase damage by 45%. So that's what I mean by his tier 3 doesn't have a debuff removal. So if you go against Thanos, Thanos will, I mean, he's going to debuff your invincibility and he's going to kill you. The All-Father should be stronger than that. He should be stronger than that. I think that's just crappy. So that tells me he's mainly made for PvP. So we're going to use all these strikers. We just got Gene in there for a little extra energy attack. Let's do it. Let's see how this goes. Now I'm going to try to do the 2nd skill, get some all defense down, and then go into the 5th skill. Hopefully we won't trigger the proc early. Actually, the first rotation, we'll just do the 5th skill first. And the reason I like to do the 2 first is because it helps trigger the proc. A lot of times when I just hit that 5th skill, the proc won't trigger, but there it did, which is really sweet. There we go. Okay. Oh, and we just got time frozen. Come on, buddy. Okay, and you just want to... Now my proc triggered, so we got to be real careful. We got to be real careful. There we go. Now we're not going to get that all defense down because Pokey cleansed it. Here we go. There we go. That's what we want. Odin's got some strength. Just imagine what he'd be like at tier 3 with all those extra stats. And my proc triggered again. And this is something that sucks. All the residual damage from the fifth skill coming down is triggering that damn proc. It sucks. I mean, this is what I mean. He's going to be so much better with a damn rage. And just knowing that sucks freaking butt. And that's another reason, you know, I really wish he'd be better with a damage proc. I mean, it doesn't mean they're the proc triggered again. You know, it's just, and now my proc's going to be off big time. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit the third skill, get the damage accumulation. Run around, run around. We're going to let Pokey do his little skills here. There we go. Okay. I really wish he almost had damage accumulation based on how much damage he takes. Okay, run down here. Oh, I got guard broken there. Okay, run away, run away, run away. Proc's probably gonna trigger. Yep. Proc triggered. Son of a frickin' rear. Come on. I imagine Odin's going to be one of those characters that when he becomes tier 3, that's when he's really going to shine. I mean, you could do just like 3, cancel 2, and then the 5. We'll try that. So much crap going on, I can barely see what the hell's going on. There we go. We missed our proc there. We'll try it again. God damn, I'm getting time frozen left and right. And you can see how much life we're losing. It sucks. There we go. And we're way behind right now. There's no way he can clear this. No way at all. Now, this doesn't mean that he's weak. He's way stronger than what he was before. But because of that long cooldown on the 5th skill, I think that, you know, when you put a rage on this guy, he's going to be insane. Maybe if you play with a CTP of Greed, he'd be a lot better because you don't have to worry about a damage proc as much. I think, you know, we'll see, you know. Because he does have all defense down, though, you could probably do some cheekiness with him and put up some high world boss stages, so we'll have to wait and see. But who really wants to do that? You know, most people, when they play, they just want to come in here, bring their damage dealer in here, and just tear it up. They don't really want to do a bunch of cheekiness. Although it is fun to do that kind of stuff every once in a while. So, all in all, I think both uniforms are worth buying if you're wanting to make the characters stronger. I think that's an absolute. They're both very strong characters. They're both very strong uniforms, making the characters a whole lot better. It's night and day difference for both of them. However, I can tell you, like for me, you know, as a veteran player, Symbiote of Vengeance here is probably just going to end up being a support, going to be a good Shadowland character, and that's really about it. I'll probably end up building both of these guys up a lot more to see what they can do, and I might change my opinion on that. Odin, right now, I'm just kind of like, we'll see. I don't really know. I think his tier 3 is underwhelming. As far as how it looks awesome, but I just think it should have more to it. It should have more than just a 40% attack buff, and it should have a damn debuff removal in it. But in PvP, if you have a debuff removal lead, I guess it won't really matter in that situation. But against World Boss, against Thanos, and I really was hoping we could use Odin against Thanos, it's going to hurt him a lot. So let me know what you're all thinking about both these uniforms, whether you're happy with them, whether you're disappointed with them, and whether you think you're even going to use them. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.